All right, we got them locked in. This is the future of the sport. In the last heat of the night, we got them lined down both sides. We're waiting for green flags up all the way around. Let's give them a countdown from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go, drivers!
And the Smith Metal Works Youth Full Size feature off and running. And some extra money tossed into the purse from Trevor Jones, which is always cool to see. Some support for the next generation of Derby drivers. A lot of second generation names that we were talking about. And then some additional input from track announcer Mark Elliott. This is the first championship of the weekend, and it is the main event of our evening here on night number 1 here at the 2022 Bash for Cash. And everybody's sort of trying to find the real estate that they want to work with. You see a lot of noses pointed toward the wall. Again, if you're a fan of the strategic driving style, this is what you've been waiting for. Really, really interesting the way that this one played out last year. There was a lot of great shot placement through the course of that one, and we're already seeing the strategy starting to come together for this iteration. Valuable unified points on the line as well for the top 3. This is going to be a standard issue 110.86 rundown, barring something unforeseen. We do have some additional news and notes from the pits already coming back to us regarding some of the stuff from the team heats that we saw a little bit earlier. We see the number 69 flying through there to make contact. Zach Barnes. Back end's got a good roll on it for the Landon machine. That's the Ford wagon up there. You can just see the roof line peeking up over all the hoods and roof signs over there on the far side of the track. There is the number 69, or the C4. Car going up in smoke. That is the Abbott machine, number 0. Ella Abbott, able to refire.
Pretty good action here early on.
Ethan Goodwin in the number 8X. A couple Lincolns out there. So far, just by looking at what the cars are doing, it looks like there's kind of 2 schools of thought for the build style. Some of them are immediately sinking and flattening out. Some of them are starting to roll up and curl a little bit more tall, trying to get the ball as everything flips over and goes up to the window.
Right. A couple of these drivers were a little concerned that they were underbuilt for the class, because when they got here, they realized from their side of things that they misunderstood a couple of the rules. And I talked to Eli, and he said that he wasn't sure things were going to work out the way that he hoped they would, because he misunderstood and didn't get the clarification.
It's a good look at Landon's car right there, the number 90. We're starting to drop down on that number 69. Look at that body peel right off the frame on that Lincoln.
Starting to see some attrition around the track here in a few spots. Got a red flag. Some late contact there. Driver's starting to get their bearings. Abbott climbing out.
127 starting to dive in the left rear corner. Looks like the quarter panel didn't set initially.
Yeah. The Nichols machine climbing out there.
Uh-oh.
Oh. Is that Jonathan Heilman? Pretty sure it is. There you go.
Got the GoPro on the stick.
Yeah, Dave Meyer had his phone. He was Facebook Live last year. Remember that? He dropped his phone on the track. Devin Germain helping out with some flag work for the youth class here. They were checking for fuel. They were smelling the liquid to make sure it wasn't gas.
Brooklyn, was it Sykes? The 127?
I think so. I think that's how you say it. Briar Brown here in the B12. They're obviously concerned about whatever's going on in the back seat. Davey's here, yeah. Davey Chapman. And they're going to pull that car off, looks like. Safety first. Live to drive another day.
And we're back after it.
Yeah. No glitch. No big deal. Oh, I saw the Zero machine of Abbott moving, and I said, boy, I thought everybody got out of that car. And they sure did. It's just a ghost car. Taylor trying to refire in that wagon. Clever. The 999 is Ryan Clark, and he's also got R2 on the car. Rick and Ryan, 2 R's.
The way that shadow was cutting through underneath that car, I thought a wheel got knocked off.
Yeah.
You can see the tread pretty clearly. Yikes. Oh, that's that 127 we were talking about.
Here we go.
Huzzah. Is that Ethan Hoffman in the 502 up there?
Yes.
Those mid-90s Lincolns, I think pound for pound are one of the most predictable derby cars. They always been the same, almost no matter what you do to it.
Almost.
Qualifier.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Boy, the J1's been going up in smoke for a while. Jason DiLoretto. Got to see him a little bit in the inspection line, just asking him how he was feeling. He said he was excited and nervous. His first full size, but he ran here in the compacts last year.
I recognized that last name in the rundown, but I couldn't place why. Or where, for that matter.
Oh, look at that. That was a hit. Just the right angles at the right time.
Where'd that C4 go? Justin Camp. We haven't seen the C4 in a while.
Oh, no, don't do it again. Oh, my goodness. He said that was so cool the first time, I'm going to do it a second time. Up on the back of Prohaska in the 004.
During that red flag, I think some of our drivers took a minute to survey the field. You can see the pace has changed a little bit. I don't want to say that it's slowed down necessarily as much as they're just trying to be more particular with their shots.
Yeah. Boy, I love how that wagon's bending. The Lanin machine. There's a C4 right in the center of the track.
Yep. That almost looks like one of those signature L's. It's got the longer rear doors.
I didn't notice. I just saw Dylan Meyer, and I think his number was 142, not 42. See if I see him come by again.
Is that him right there? The purple car?
142.
Probably get a red flag out of that.
Yeah.
There it is.
Oh, don't do that.
Is that Brown?
Keegan Brown. They were able to get it. Davey? Couldn't see. 223 a swink. Numbers starting to dwindle now.
Mm-hmm. I like that move on the edge of the bumper, the 127. That was the Nestor car.
Yeah.
The bumpers have to have the inspection hole. There's another one on the 83.5. So instead of leaving the bumper open on the end, you put a plate over it, then blow a hole in the middle.
That's actually an Adept bumper, Derby products, and they're made that way with a plate in the side with the inspection hole in it. They're a pretty cool product. They're the sponsor of the show here too. They helped us out with CJ's compact car last year. We needed a better bumper for the front of it. We didn't understand the rules right when we got here. We had a stock bumper on the car, and everybody else had big bumpers, and we said, "Oh no!" And the Adept bumpers helped us out quite a bit. So.
I was signing in today when the last representative from Adept was trying to be located on the sign-in sheet.
Ah, yes.
And water up to there.
Yep.
Yep.
Boy, the back of Prohaska's car has just been the bane of a lot of drivers' existence here today. Di Loretto.
Yeah,
He's not like
borrowed time.
He's not super stuck, but he doesn't want to back off. You know, it's getting hung when he tries to back away. Collier, Zeke Collier.
I don't know if this is good news or bad news, but the heavy opaque smoke that was coming from under the hood of the number J1 has subsided.
Yeah, that's probably bad news.
It was pushing smoke for a long time. That's Muldoon. Quickly met there by the 502. Stout nose-to-nose shot.
Yeah. Muldoon's car held up pretty good there. Both ends.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, boy.
Right front wheel season up there on the 502.
It's right back in the firewall. A little bit of coaching happening. Yeah, I like that. Some of these younger drivers, man, they have to put booster seats in them almost to be able to see over the hoods on these cars. And, you know, it depends on what you're using for a seat. You know, sometimes the full-size cars are a little easier to see when you're sitting in those, but you watch some of these young drivers, man, they're just tiny bodies in there. It's funny. just driving around the grounds here, you know, people use golf carts to get around. If you've never been here, it's a whole other experience. But there's lots of young drivers on these golf carts, and I get nervous driving around them. You never know what's going to happen. And then they're all out here just showing their experience level.
There's one trying to get up the hill over here behind us where it's all slicked off.
Yeah.
And, you know, several of them, the golf carts that have come up that hill, they just hone on it until they get there.
Yeah.
I heard the one spooling up, and I looked over, and the front wheels were twitching back and forth. I'm like, what is going on? It was one of those young drivers you were talking about, just walking it up the hill.
Yeah.
Letting the front wheels carry up a little bit.
That's funny.
That's Meyer right there that you were talking about.
Yeah.
142.
Keegan Brown on the 194, the 509 still rolling. White.
Looks like Laney might be getting a little bit hot. Look at that thing
Yeah.
fires.
I saw a lot of steam earlier, and now the steam has stopped, so just a little bit of borrowed time there.
That is not a happy power plant.
Nope.
A little bit of blow by now
Yeah.
between the candles being lit and when it stalls on them. .004 on the back of that thing has just turned right into a ramp.
Yeah,
It's
it's been a ramp for a while, and thankfully Di Loretto was able to get off of there, or Prohaska got him off of there.
Bumper right to the trunk lid on the back of that number C4. Bent just about perfect. Couldn't ask for anything more there.
Big hit down there.
That wasn't good. Quickly
That's
met as well.
45X. Colton Lamb. Oh, back bumper off of Colton Lamb's car. They'll throw a flag for that, I'm sure. Yeah. All right. They got everything picked up. C4 still working right here, and then 45X of Colton Lamb still rolling. 194 pounds.
Did you know that Dylan Meyer drove Dave's car in Florida? At the
Yeah,
Coke
I
shop?
did. Yeah,
I didn't realize
that was wild. He did a really good job.
Yeah, I think he's going to do okay.
He'll probably be all right.
Yeah, he should probably stick with it.
Yeah.
C4 getting bounced around a little bit there in the middle of the track. Trying to get him to roll with it.
All right.
There's Lamb doing work again.
Yeah, he's decided it's time to make some junk.
Ah, look at the number 108 up there at the top of the screen.
Oh, yeah.
Recognize that paint scheme from anywhere?
Yeah, I've seen it around.
Looks like a Clark machine.
Ooh.
Big head, man.
Wow.
It's only going to go so far. If you look at those big pipes on the inside.
Yeah. Well, you know, we heard Mark Elliott, the arena announcer, talking about some additional money had been added to the purse for this class from Trevor Jones, Crazy Inc. And other people are kind of throwing some other stuff in, like some welding wire, I heard. But I didn't hear what it was for. And we're assuming that it was for the Mad Dog, and maybe that's what it was to make these guys decide to drive for it.
Boy, that bumper's inverted. That's Lamb. Nose picked up on that, and then we were seeing another, missed the number on it. Another car starting to yaw up a little bit.
That Cody White right here in front of us in the 7.
Couple cars out there just straight as an arrow. Done a
Yeah.
good job of keeping the nose to the wall,
Yeah.
defending their territory, using the back of the car.
Boston Clemens in the 73X. Haven't talked about them too much.
That was the fellow that was throwing the thumbs up
Yeah.
under the red flag.
If I remember correctly, I think Mark Elliott said that he is 10 years old. Yeah. I think he referred to him as his 10-year-old buddy.
A minute ago, I didn't catch who it was, came along and put a shot on the left front corner of the C4, and it made that right front wheel awful floppy. Now we saw an official from trackside flashing the light at the number C4, so they might be breaking the stick down.
Hey, I haven't talked about the 05 for a little while.
No.
Talon Holly in the 05.
Nose starting to stretch out a little bit on that 05.
Oh, that was a hard hit.
Hear that thud?
Yeah, White, the backside packing in tight. 509 doing some work with the front of the car. Trevin Meyer in the 509.
That was a good hit.
Yeah. Clemens, Prohaska, Collier,
There's two Brothertons, right?
Brotherton, Caleb in the 14 right here in front of us.
Got a nice flip on the back of that 14.
Yeah.
Bumper turned right over.
.920. That's Landon Gehringer in the 920. Roof sign says Bird.
You saw some of the Geringers earlier today, right? Yeah, Beer Money. They qualified. They were up against Who Cares in that first heat from the team heats.
Yeah. Is that the green car in the back? Is that 46?
Yeah, that's Ramsey.
Ramsey, right. Eli.
Starting to push a little bit of steam on the 46.
Yeah.
Five in line there, but we still have plenty of them left. You see an angle from the other side. That was the number 08 of Clark knifing through there. Got on the binders, not to make damaging impact, I guess you could say, on that driver's door. There's Muldoon again.
That's the 08. Is that Elliot Godwin? Elliot Godwin.
Oh, okay. Whoops. There's the 283, a little freebie. Scott Drevenek.
Scotty's doing good, man.
Mm-hmm.
He's graduated from little freebie status. he's
Somebody tell his roof sign.
somebody. I don't know if it was him that did it or whatever, but he's starting to go by Iceman lately, and his driving shows it. I don't know. Is it still like not cool to give yourself a nickname? Somebody has to give it to you. Yeah. I mean, Top Gun just came out, the sequel, right? Did those guys choose their call signs, or does somebody give it to them? Didn't expect to see that. Z21 of Zeke Collier. Really pretty straight up front, but showing signs of heat.
Where is it coming from, though? Is it coming from the midpoint of the car, or is it coming from under the hood?
It doesn't look like trans smoke right now.
No.
But if my information is correct, the engine under the hood of the Z21 is a Collier engine, but not what you'd expect. It was built by the driver of that car,
Yeah?
Zeke Collier.
That's cool.
I believe that information is correct. He put it together himself. I'm getting the nod from my production crew, so yeah. Penwell in the 8 looking really good. He's been kind of defending this side of the track here, you know, owning the real estate very well. I mean, even the fenders are barely creased on the front side, you know. Good roll in the back.
Yep. Pushed right to the window bar. Little scoop back there. The quarter panel stayed off the wheels too in the back.
I like it. $629 all done in that car.
Front corner's locking up on the 509.
That's a hindrance on a track like this.
That 194 has a tire off the bead too. So he's starting to shred apart.
Yep. Yep. We weren't looking at that. It's all right. Meyer in the 142 lining up a good shot. Trevin Meyer working hard in that 509, trying to make it move.
What's going on with the 8 up there?
Something's going on.
That's the Penwell number 8, right?
That's Penwell's 8.
Now some more heavy smoke coming up from under the hood of Ramsey's as well, the number 46.
Looks like that passenger front wheel is possibly not attached to the steering components any further. It seemed like it was moving of its own accord there, but not sure. Brotherton's 14. Got a good roll in the back. The nose is starting to climb. It's kind of at a dangerous level right now because it's not quite up high enough to really affect the hood. And so you maybe, as an inexperienced driver, don't know how bad it could be, you know? Maybe you overuse the front end.
Everything looked like it was still lined up the way that it should be. It's not like you took a shot that, it doesn't appear that you took a shot that swayed it one way or another. It's also in a weird spot for what he's surrounded by. If he plays his cards right, he could realign some core supports with that bumper where it is, you know?
For
It's
sure.
going to cost him, but he could, the driver could leave a mark.
Yeah. That was a good shot.
Yeah.
That was on the 7 of white. That's Cody White.
Muldoon's having some issues over here just to the left. We saw the 141 rather, hung up for a moment. That was the 07 Cameron White, still doing work. There's Muldoon. White's up there, the black car with the bluish silver top.
I don't care if this is a youth full-size class. It's still weird to see a Penwell in something other than a wagon.
Right.
I think they should have made him build a Ford wagon just to be in a
On
wagon.
principle, right? I haven't seen Taylor Lane. Speaking of that Ford wagon, I haven't seen Taylor in a little while. Number 90. That back end was getting awful tall.
Yeah. You know, they broke an axle last year, had a shorter run than they had hoped to have. If nothing else, I hope they enjoyed the run they got this weekend, you know. Got to use the car up pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Landon Geringer in the 920. I was just watching that car on the other view there a moment ago, and
Bird?
Yeah, Bird, right, coming onto the
Yep,
screen right now with the
orange
orange nose. Seeing some steam come out of the driver's compartment, which
Yep.
to me is a transmission cooler. And it just stalled and refired, so maybe that car is hotter than we think it is. We'll be dealing with some heat issues.
Yeah, I got to believe that's a cooler of some sort inside the cockpit, because you look at what the nose is doing. There's nothing to suggest that the radiator's been hurt.
Unless they've run their overflow back there.
That's where I was going with that.
Yeah.
We've seen some weird overflow placements.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen them come out of the halos and stuff like that, so maybe that's what they're doing. Oh,
Driving act, gotta be careful.
Scotty. Get out of there, Scotty. Don't pick the fight you don't want to be in. Uh-oh. Penwell is patient. Ooh. Eli's car just shuddered.
Scotty got a win in Virginia earlier this year, didn't he?
Yeah.
Indoors?
Yeah.
That right front wheel's not doing what it's supposed to. I can't really figure out what's going on. When he turned it back to the right, that car was seemed like the wheel was cooperating, but turning full lock left, it was just kind of doing its own thing.
That the Muldoon car is 141. Bristol. We went back and forth about it, but Clemens nose to nose with the 14.
Stuck nose to nose. Looked like Brotherton had got the bumper to drop down behind.
Yeah. Penwell's in the center of the track here. He just took a couple of shots to the passenger front fender and wheel. Still got like 15 cars running or so. A little bit better than halfway.
Typically, you'll hear me say that one of the best things that you can have happen is you can spit a flat tire when it's floating around on the bead. But on a track like we've got tonight,
Yeah.
I don't think that's necessarily an advantage right now.
No, they needed to keep something on there to flop around and give them a little bit of momentum.
Right now, it's not looking good.
Keegan Brown.
Officials are going to be watching the situation pretty close too. They're starting to get into an unenviable position right here. You can see an official right there watching as this plays out. That's the 141 of Muldoon putting the finishing touches on some handiwork, and now the 194 stalls.
Bristol's working both ends too, just packing them closer and closer to the wall there. Went from the rear axle to the front tire, the rear axle to the front tire, and doing it again. Oh, went a little deep. It was stuck on the tire there for a second.
It's a good indicator. It's time to be done with that.
Yeah.
As a heads-up move to drive into that little bit of a gap instead of trying to turn it and cut the wheel straight.
Right.
Going to help preserve the steering with that, avoiding that hit. Wow.
Good shot there.
That car, the way that packed though, it's putting a lot of stress on those arches.
Yeah, it sure
You didn't
is.
see the body. You want to see that body roll a little bit more, so it lets the suspension do the work and take the pressure off the humps. That is all right on the frame.
Muldoon and Eli. Ramsey there. Nose to nose. Both cars buckle with those shots. Muldoon slightly higher, but still able to hit bumper to bumper. Oh,
Yikes. Muldoon being slightly higher, that little bit of a hit with that little bit of a shudder that we saw out of those, the leverage advantage goes to the Ramsey car.
yeah.
You see, it's still the green car has the ability to push that nose up a little bit more.
Look at the front bumper on Clemens 73X.
Ooh, that's not good. Brotherton got some funky colors coming
Yeah.
out of there. Now that looks like that car, the way that that's bowed like that, it looks like something has come. If you look at the way the hood is bowed up,
Right.
looks like those rails were pushed together from the side somehow. Might have been caught against the wall or got caught against the dead car for it to pinch in like that.
Prohaska got a decent roll on that back bumper finally. My goodness. Look at the roof.
All that rotation, that torque is all being put right in front of those arches, making it want to twist over center.
Elliott Godwin there.
The noses are might askew as well.
Yeah. You know, haven't talked about the 8X at all. That's the blue and black machine with the pink stripe on the roof sign. That's Ethan Goodwin. Oh, my goodness. Ethan has done a great job. of kind of being in the middle of the action, but staying out of all the worst trouble, you know?
Very much so.
See that body work working on that tire, though, and we've already seen what flat tires can do on this track.
Right side's down a little bit too. As those rails flipped over, the right side dropped a little bit. Oh, that wasn't a good situation.
Nope.
Drove into the back of the number 8. Uh-oh. We got a red, sounds like we got a red flag out there.
Uh-oh.
Look at the hood on that number 14.
Yeah.
Couple drivers taking this red flag as an opportunity to exit.
Uh-oh.
Oh boy.
Casey Smith talking to this passenger. Obviously, passions are high. Here's a good shot of Scotty. Scotty just turned 16 this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, had a birthday around the same time he got the win there in Virginia, I think.
And that's it's a Goodwin machine that Drevenak's wedged next to there. He's working the wheel.
And Tony Godwin got out of the passenger side of that 08, and he was kind of trying to show his thigh off there, so maybe they got him in the leg or something through the door there. But these youth drivers, we talk about how experienced a lot of them are, but you have to remember that some aren't, and accidents can happen here. And from, I don't know if it's both sides, but obviously the driver's side door is able to have a plate. I would hope that they'd allow a passenger side plate as well, but I don't know if it's the case.
Got a lot of cars out there. I'm sure we can see if anybody's got plates.
I don't see one on the Goodwin machine.
Not on the outside, no.
Godwin, yeah.
Yeah, the other thing with these points of these bumpers, we're going to get a look at right there. There's a hole underneath the 08.
Yeah. Yep.
Without making excuses or anything like that, I don't want you to take it wrong, but if somebody's trying to do some packing work, if somebody's trying to go and passing on the outside, they shove it right up in there.
Right.
Can slide up over the corner of those bumpers too. The damage looks intentional, but it may not be. That was a good shot placed on the left front corner of the 8X.
Yeah.
As much as the mysterious steam was coming from inside the car on that,
The 920?
yeah, still running fine. Doesn't really seem to be laboring at all. Got that packed rear end to slip right under the front bumper.
Got a whole pile of cars down this
Yeah.
end. Look at Zeke Collier in the Z21 over there. Just working back and forth. Clemens found him.
Somewhere around maybe 10 left.
Tough to say. Brotherton having a rough ride right now. But you know what? Giving them the full Demolition Derby experience.
Yep. Keep an eye on that number 07. We were talking about White earlier.
Yep.
And how much that body is packed tight to the frame. You can see when he was shifting gears, it was standing up.
Oh, yeah, that's no good.
There it is, right.
Flat
Couldn't get a
front
good look
tire's
at it.
not helping him either.
Nope. Rear gear's really been exposed on that 73, boy.
Yeah.
Everything's been pushed right back to the rails on the right side. You saw that hit on the left front corner of the number 8X a while ago, and you can see that wheel kind of doing its own thing now. Suspected that maybe that was going to leave some damage on that corner, and it has. Front tires off the ground for Brotherton in the number 14. And asking it to refire again.
Yeah.
And the front wheel still off the ground.
Meyer in the 509 still wheeling. Asking a lot from that power plant.
Yeah, starting to see some considerable sink at the firewall on that one. Drevenak doing work over here in the corner. Had that 920 hemmed in there for a little bit, but
Yeah.
once he got turned, instead of pursuing and making a bad choice or exposing himself to a bad hit, just let him go. Good poise as a driver, not to lose it and try and chase the kill, you know?
I am constantly impressed with the drivers in this class. And somewhat humbled because I watch some of them make choices that I'm like, man, I don't think I would have done that.
Right.
And I would have been wrong.
You'd been right there with busted steering.
Right. Just imagine how far these young drivers are going to go if they continue in their career, starting at this, at this level now.
Yep. I think Drevenek's one of the few cars out there that didn't have a passenger.
Yeah, I think at his level and his experience and the fact that he's 16 now, he's almost aged himself out of this class.
Well, a number of the usual suspects still hanging around. We talked about Drevenak. We talked about Muldoon. Talked about the Myers.
Yep.
Talked about, is that Penwell up there?
Yep, Penwell in the 8. Collier in the Z21.
Yep.
Riley Prohaska, 004. Riley's been warned a few times about being more aggressive. Now I've just heard it over the loudspeakers even, so those that are familiar with Riley's dad, James, might be surprised at this pace frankly, I am, because Riley is like James Jr. But man, it's impressive to see him drive like this. Might have something to do with his passing.
After we talked about that wheel getting hung up on the number 8X, we have not seen that machine for a little while.
I think he's down the other end, and there hasn't been much to see down there, so we've been showing you this side.
I was just wondering if perhaps it had hung up or something and he timed out. This is where the traffic is here.
Yeah. Clem installed and refired in the 73. Looks like Eli's all done in the 46.
Oh. There's the 8X. A lot of smoke and steam over there along the wall. Might have just broke the stick off. You saw the hand reach out the window.
Yep. Yep. Muldoon and Bird. Red flag. Wonder if, oh boy. I wonder if Prohaska might be getting a little bit.
See White exiting the car, Eli exiting the car.
No. Can't tell if there's anybody in that window. Looks like they're in the clear. Oh. Is that the
That's
8X?
the 8X.
Yeah.
Everybody's out.
Oh, just heard Mark Elliott say that Zeke Collier was climbing out of the Z21.
Wow. An extended red flag here.
Yeah.
Still hear the cars are running out there. So some of these cars that are pushing a little bit of steam, a little bit of roulette.
Yeah.
If you're out of water, do you let it run or do you shut it off hoping?
Yeah, I've always wondered about that, and I've struggled with it myself, because if you just shut it off, then it just sits there and heat sinks. There's no fan moving air, but is your fan still working anyway?
Right.
Or, you know, it's a tough battle in your head to figure out what to do. And then do you trust it to refire if you shut it down?
That's,
you know?
That's the big part of the equation right there. Well, I'm not sure what they discussed under that red flag, but the pace certainly significantly different now that we've come back to this green flag conditions. And I almost wonder if they were going around under the red flag telling everybody how many were left.
Maybe.
Right side turning pretty hard on that number 7. Quarter panel's been opened up pretty big underneath that rear window.
Trevin Meyer here in the 509. He's got White up on the back side of the car. Now free. Getting back into it a little bit, but man, he asked for a lot out of the nose of that thing, and now that it's been sky high for the last half of this feature, he's still just wheeling it around. I keep seeing Cam and Scotty get into these little tiffs. You know, they sort of just jab at each other a little bit and then sort of focus on each other, and then they go other directions, but they keep coming back together. I don't know that it's beneficial for either one of them to be in that little scuffle, I guess.
Right.
You know, let it be for now. Go work on other people. Or is it like if they're just kind of picking at each other all by themselves, everybody else leaves them alone, then they're there at the end.
That was a good hit. That was White. Cody White just got the right front corner of the Meyer machine. Flattened out that fender and moved the hood. Steering's broke on the black and orange Bird machine. That's the number 920 Geringer. Geringer just jumped up in the air, went over the back wheel of the Drevenak machine, landed in a funny spot. He's able to drive away. Thought maybe the way that he landed, he was going to get tied up in the left front fender of the 004.
Yeah.
Left front flat and broken steering for Drevenak. Steering broke on the 73 as well.
Oh,
that was a heavy hit.
Rocked the 509. He just about bounced off the steering wheel. Wonder if he just didn't see it coming because the nose is that high.
Well, at that point, when the nose is that high, when you're trying to make qualifying contact, even though nobody's really ripping around here at, laying
mock chicken.
Yes. You've only got the option of kind of aiming for roof signs, really, right?
Right. And that can get you in a lot of trouble. I've seen that happen already this year a few times. You see the roof sign and make a hit that is not optimal for a lot of reasons.
Some weird rotation going on that Muldoon machine. Look at that left rear corner.
Yeah.
That's not good. Flashlight coming from the sidelines. Look at the way that door got peeled up on the number 141.
Can opener.
004 was trying to evade there, and the nose got hung out. Number 8 was right there to capitalize. But you can see that front wheel staring at one another.
It doesn't help.
Nope. The 7 of Cody White still out there. Number 14 of Muldoon. Trying to pack that trunk lid closer to the window. Last year's winner, Meyer, and the number 142. Trying to double up. Look at how much those arches have pinched shut on the left side of that number 73.
Yeah. It's only going to get closer.
And we get it refired. Let's qualify and get there on the left front corner of the number 004. Trevenak and Geringer still battling at the far end of the track. White, Penwell, Muldoon, Meyer still in the mix.
Prohaska. Look at Prohaska waiting for a wheel shot.
Yep.
Not wanting to go nose to nose and take a bad shot, especially with a bumper that's higher.
Down to around 7, I think. Stick down on the 73 here.
Looks that way. Boy, Penwell's car looks like it's getting hotter than you'd think with the way the nose looks.
Yep.
Yeah, there's some blue smoke out the exhaust. Tires being worked over by the body packed in on it.
Not doing it any favors.
No. Look at Scotty's front wheel. You already mentioned that? Yeah. I missed it earlier.
Wobbling around.
Not looking good on the driver's side.
We're at 7 now. In front of us. I think the most recent exit officially now was the number 73.
Good run for Clemens too, man. He was in several battles in this feature.
Drevenak playing the short game right now, staying close.
Yeah.
Able to make qualifying contact. You're not going to see any haymakers at this juncture. Just kind of staying active.
So far, the back of his car has done better than some of these other, like even the Penwell car. Look how much it's packed in on the wheels and how it's putting stress on the rest of the frame. And Scott's is rolled up nice and has lots of life left in it.
The cars that have packed the way that the Penwell car did, seem to spend more time keeping the nose to the wall and letting the back end do the defense, and it was shots from the side. You can see some of the other cars that we've talked about this. This was one of the newer style bodies, but the right side is still down lower. It's like something got onto that side and twisted it. Once it flattened it, everything went up. The other thing I'm wondering about, like in the case with the Muldoon car, or we saw the number 7, I think it was white, where everything had pinched shut, is if what your window bar is doing. If it's letting the thing roll up and take that pressure off, if it's holding everything down and it's actually putting down pressure on and packing the body down around those frame rails, trying to get that scoop design, you know?
Yeah.
And then that plan was foiled because it started to roll in a weird way.
It's insightful.
Is it? Is it? Because that...
I think so. Geringer in the 920, still here.
The phantom steam from inside of the cockpit, the twisted nose, the broken steering, and right now flirting with the opportunity to break into the top 5 here.
Yeah. Boy,
you might be we got 5 right here in front of us.
I swear I just saw sparks out of the bottom of the engine compartment on Penwell's car. But
at the back, or is it the door wrap that's shredded off?
I saw the shred of the door wrap, but I thought I actually saw like bright sparks, but it's tough to tell, man.
Prohaska's in trouble up there at the top of the screen.
Yeah.
And number 8 is buried deep on the right front corner as well. Everybody coming on back. Myers turning things up, looking for that shot right there.
Oh, what a shot.
Beautiful. Spun the 180, got to the whip, and took advantage right away on that left front corner.
Look at how short the White machine has gotten. Cody White.
It's the number 7 up there.
Yeah.
Sands are thin in the hourglass for that one. I mean, that shot shifted everything.
Look at that.
There it is.
Oh. That's a car to be proud of. I used to love having just a junked ride on the trailer, like hauling it home and letting everybody look at it, you know?
This was a car, it's mostly just doors.
Yeah. Did we suddenly go down to 3? We got a couple over here.
No, they're still running.
I thought they were all hung on the 7. Oh man, Meyer. Is that Muldoon?
That is Muldoon and Meyer duking it out here.
My goodness.
Right front starting to come off the number 142 of Meyer. Muldoon working the number 142 against the wall. Looks like the signal out for the number 7 to break off. Now keeping that bumper right on that left front corner. Not able to make qualifying contact. Officials are right there, flag in hand. So this is what we were talking about a little bit earlier. Not necessarily holding, allowing the daylight, but not letting the number 142 use the bumper to make qualifying contact. If the 7's out of time, going backwards is not going to solve any of the problems.
Right.
Now things are getting busy over here at the far side of the track. I have not seen the black and orange machine of Bird in a while either, so that car may have been timed out. We have Muldoon and Meyer here, and then at the other end, Prohaska, Drevenek, and one other. Muldoon doing a great job with bumper control here.
Ooh.
Trying to control the pace, staying on the side. You can see now the wheels are broke on the right side.
Man.
Meyer's in a bad spot.
Wheels are broke on both sides.
Heads up move to get out of there as the 142 started to charge back out. Again, qualifying contact has to be done with the bumper. So now, getting put into an even worse spot now. You know, I was just thinking in my head, waiting for an opening here as we transition to see one of the wider shots, how the track really has been a non-factor.
Yeah.
For what the surface is, but as you can see, as they were pushing that 142 further over into that cluster, you can see some more of that mud starting to pack up. That's the 8 that we were talking about a little bit earlier. That is the Penwell machine. So that is the 5th and final car in the mix at this point. So Penwell, Drevenek, Prohaska, Meyer, and Muldoon. That's the rundown on what you've got looking at the top 5.
Oh, boy.
Again, staying on the side of the 142. This is where you start worrying a little bit about the tunnel vision, right?
Yeah.
Because Muldoon is using the nose of the car, maintaining bumper control, has caused what could be significant, potentially even terminal damage, considering mobility on the number 142. If he's not careful, hurting the number 141, is he going to be able to get back over to everybody else?
Right.
Steam really picking up out of both of these two as well, generating some heat. Lots of power still under the hood of the 142 from Meyer. I was watching wheels when we heard all that noise.
Yeah.
There wasn't anybody that I could tell.
Just coming from the other side. Yeah. And this track is huge. And you only cover so much of it at once, you know. But there's 2 on this end, 3 on the other.
Oh, some blow by there on the number 8. Look at that, shifting gears. All that blue smoke pouring out from the stacks.
Yeah. Cam Penwell has been just turning it up here in that 8 machine, trying to make critical contact here towards the end.
It's the Penwell machine is the one that we keep hearing.
Yeah.
It's the number 8 is turning some hard RPM. 004 in trouble. Glancing shot, skates across the right rear corner. Drevenek staying patient in the 283.
Boy, they've been working that passenger rear corner for a while now. It's starting to take its toll on that car. Here comes Muldoon. Did we finally leave Meyer? Meyer was all by himself. Penwell came down here, gave him somebody to mess with.
So what cost? Was the 142 able to make contact on anybody? The 8 came down and made a hit. I don't know. Did the 142 hit anything?
I think so,
flurry?
but wow.
Evens everything back up because that was a definitive hit by the number 8. And now back on the clock is going to be the number 142.
He made it down here through all the traffic.
Look at this. There it is.
Made contact.
All over the right side.
Pretty sure all of the top 5 got broken steering of some sort. Prohaska's in trouble.
Bad spot.
Yeah.
That's the white car with the yellow roof sign way up there. And very precarious parallel parking situation. Tough to get out of there with no steering.
Yeah. Bristol's making sure they stay there.
And then there were 4.
I'm impressed with Cam Penwell. Just got down to the top 6 or so, and just started going into finishing mode. You know, wasn't trying to play the chess match game. Was just trying to brute force it.
Yep.
I think he understood that that engine's hot, and he's had to refire it a bunch of times.
Did you see?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And, you know, he just knew he was on borrowed time, and so he's going to make it count.
I like the wave in.
Yeah. Yeah, Bristol just called him over and said, "Come and get me."
Come and get it.
Oh, man.
That's not good. Oof.
It's bellied.
Well, the right rear, where it has sunk down on the 283 of Drevenak, fits perfectly right underneath that marker light area.
Yeah.
And it punched that left front wheel over a little bit further.
This is Bristol's derby to lose right now.
Man, look at that. Is that Penwell back there? Must be. We are approaching our top 3. Penwell makes contact.
I love it.
Oh,
What is happening? They're just...
Penwell with contact again.
Come on, Scotty, get out of there.
There's Muldoon.
Didn't Scott get third last year?
I think so. I can't say for sure. It seems right to me. He was down there.
Yeah, he was in the top 5 anyway. Ran out of fuel. Oh, Penwell stalled, and he's asked for it to start so many times. It's not even flaming up right now.
No. He has asked a lot out of that power plant.
He has gone to the well, as you say.
Never good when the smoke turns teal.
No, actually, that's scary. It fired. Oh, my goodness.
Can it move?
I don't know what engine that was. But he should buy another one.
Wow. And there's the contact.
Oh, my goodness. Honestly, as exciting as this is right now, like, I'm really on edge because a lot of this smoke is starting to look scary. I don't want to see anybody have a fire that's dangerous.
There's 2 of them out there that I'm growing a little bit concerned about.
Just be safe, guys. Just be safe.
They're just barely hung together, too.
They had come apart at one point, but they got back together.
How is the Penwell car still running?
I don't understand.
How many cylinders do you think are still firing at this point?
4. Half of them. I mean, the fact that he gets it to refire, I mean, man. Good for him, man.
This is an amazing run. They're free.
Oh. What a feature, man.
This is great. Here comes Muldoon again. You ever got stuck to this part of the car yet? I want you to be perfect.
I'm gonna get stuck on this corner.
Look at how, as beat up as these cars are, you think about the body lines and how everything is packed so tight, it's still that shot opened up that quarter panel.
Yeah.
It shifted the pillar in the quarter.
Muldoon stalled.
Sure did.
It fired again, but not seeing any life out of the wheels.
I can't believe that number 8. I mean, I shouldn't say it that way. I can. It's not like it's day one, you know?
Yeah, no.
There's some experience there, but good grief, what a... There's nothing left that car can give.
No.
Except for the only 2 cylinders that are still firing.
Oh, wow.
Man. Huge hit.
Scotty's, I was going to say, he's
got out of
in
there.
the A-pillar there.
Oh.
We're down to 3. Muldoon finished 4th. Yeah.
Does hit something, right?
Scott saw Penwell coming and got on the brakes to make him miss, and just barely caught him as he went by.
They're counting somebody down here.
Scott's in trouble.
I'm almost wondering if he got on the brakes trying to wait for the car to go past so that when the impact came, it would turn him.
Yeah.
I mean, I saw he got hard on the throttle as soon as that bumper got on the quarter to try and get it to rotate. I think actions to Meyer. I think Meyer has to make contact.
I'm almost sick to my stomach, I'll be honest with you. I'm just nervous about Meyer and Penwell with as much smoke as they're putting out.
From everywhere.
Yeah. Wow. I mean, I don't have a say in anything. Sorry, but just this last third of the feature, I'd say Penwell for Mad Dog.
Right. I mean, did anybody put up a Perseverance Award? It's remarkable what he's gotten out of that car.
Now they're hung together. Scotty's all by himself, needs to get there and make contact. He might as well be a football field away at this point. He's facing the right direction, but, well, almost the right direction.
Oh, so close.
They're flashing the flashlights at him. God, that's heartbreaking.
Number
Third,
3 spot.
that might be third again.
Is he still in?
I don't know. I don't know.
They're flashing the
They're
light.
flashing the light. He's just not seeing it. He is doing the veteran driver thing. I didn't see you. I'm sorry. Stick down.
And they're free.
Oh, man. Last year's winner, Dylan Meyer. And Cam Penwell in the 8.
Cam made contact.
Derby dynasties here. Penwell family, the Myers family. Look at the smoke out of the headers.
Man.
He's dumped everything on the track. The track is steaming now. He's got it so hot. This is insane.
Careful with it. Does anybody know what they're hitting? I mean, at this point, we can't, from this vantage point, we can't tell. I don't know where the cars are. I know where the 8 is. Drove into the crosshairs.
Meyer made contact, made contact there. Meyer stalled? Question mark?
He's got it turned.
Oh my goodness.
Send it home.
He did not stall. He was waiting. That is crazy. Penwell's going to just get the heck out of town now.
He's going to do it. Is it
Go,
going to
go,
pivot
go.
too far?
Go,
It pivoted
go, go.
too far.
Go, go, go.
Bounced off the dead car.
Nobody's made contact yet. Penwell still has last hit. Don't go back.
This is the longest 60 seconds ever.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, that left front wheel's so wadded up into the firewall. It keeps pivoting too far. He can't get it to straighten out.
Yeah.
I thought he had it when he bounced off the dead car, and then it kept on turning.
Oh, no. That's contact.
Patient with it. Patient with it. Oh, my gosh. What a feature.
Did it shut off again?
Now baby it a little.
Yeah. Meyer is, oh my goodness.
Wow.
He knew he made the contact and he just sat there and waited. It made Penwell have to come to him.
Good grief.
Oh! At this point, whoever comes out on top, I want to go shake their hand.
Oh my gosh, it sounds awful rattly. Is that it?
Wow.
Skates down the side. Are they calling it? They were flashing the light at the black and purple car.
Wow.
That sounds expensive.
Yeah. Look at this.
There it is.
Tony says, what's going on? Where do we finish? 142 was counted out. Penwell takes the win.
Unbelievable.
That was amazing.
That is a popular win right there.
Yeah, the crowd liked that.
Oh my gosh. Lest anyone think that I was rooting against the
no,
142.
it's just exciting to watch,
but
man.
that was crazy. That car blew up 9 times.
Yeah.